a lot of the episodes that we've recorded in our podcast is the importance of play,
Mm-hmm.
the importance of keeping, like, remembering what brings you joy, remembering what returns you to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because the stress and the pressure, all of the everyday can easily just take you off course, take you into that place of, I have to. If I don't, there'll be consequences.
On today's episode of That's a Great Point, we say farewell. We will have only one more episode after this one, and it will be a compilation of all of our best moments from the previous 50 episodes. We had a difficult conversation leading up to recording this episode. By leaning into that conflict, we've decided that we want to deepen our relationships off the camera. We deeply appreciate you, our audience. It's been great fun making this content for you. If you'd like to contact Alina, Michelle, or myself, feel free to do so. We always love to connect. As always, thanks for playing along. We love you. Enjoy. Welcome to That's a Great Point, the attitude adjustment for your soul, where co-hosts Alina Doran, Michelle Albers, and Lee Smart discuss deep topics around a life well lived. Let's start the show.
Shift into part deux.
Duh.
Deux.
Duh or duh? Which one? D-E-U-X?
Yeah, D-E-U-X.
Or D-U-H?
No, not duh. Not duh. Duh.
Or how about D-O-H? Dope.
Well, that's a different thing.
Oh, yeah. All right. Oh,
You can make us all yellow and we could do that.
hell yeah.
Oh, the filter.
Yeah.
Gotta be a filter.
Oh yeah, it's not as hard to do as you think it would be.
That's
Dope.
fine.
Oh man. All right. So this is farewell.
This is farewell.
Amazing. Right?
It's been a good run.
Absolutely.
Wonderful run.
Just a little bit of fun.
It's a farewell, but it's not a goodbye.
Mm.
It's a shift.
Absolutely. And just to recap some of what we talked about last week, it's like we realized that having the record button on has managed to create a little bit of distance. And we don't want that distance in our relationships. And we talk about community so much that we realized we have a good thing going, and it was starting to be strained just from having the record button on. So it's like, okay, what's more important, our relationships or this podcast? And at the end of the day, we chose relationships,
Mm-hmm.
which
Yeah.
I'm stoked for. I'm glad. We had a really hard conversation, and I love that we did. And we did it in a way that, look where we are, still hanging out.
Yeah.
And I don't know about y'all, but I feel like we've managed. Yeah, I feel like we've managed to deepen our relationship in a way by having that hard conversation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I admire that about us. I love that, and I've learned a lot from the two of you in bringing up the way that you brought up and the way that the three of us have handled, more than one difficult conversation and what could potentially be a very difficult conversation, and the way that the three of us engage, but the way you initiate and the way that we engage, honestly, in a vulnerable way. No bullshit, no mask, no shield. Just here's how it feels. Here's what the experience is. What do we want? And it's very real. It's very, it's a community. It's real friendship, right? It's what the kind of honesty that I wish I had the nerve. It feels like one has to have the nerve to have. I wish I'd had the nerve to have earlier in my life to say what's true, just to say it, and just to be there with what is. And for anybody tuning in, the goodbye is, like Lee said, recording of this podcast, but the continuation is we're continuing talking. We are actually continuing, and we're going to be meeting. We have time scheduled that we're setting aside and protecting our schedules. There's all these things that we could do. We're continuing to make a space for each other, and we're going to be meeting on a regular cadence, and we're going to go back to how this started, which is these amazing conversations that are genuine and real and unfiltered, and whatever comes up, it gets to be. It's beautiful.
Yeah. I like we have kindness and compassion and courage in our friendships over niceties, avoidance, and deflection. I don't know. I just sort of it's refreshing that we trust the relationships enough. That's a big one for me, that we trust the relationships enough to show up and have the hard conversations. And I think there's something different too. Like when we decided to start recording, I feel like it was because we were having these conversations about what we do. And I feel like because when we stop recording, we tend to have conversations about who we are and what we need. And that's not something any of us really want to put on a mic. Just because it's, sometimes there's privacy stuff or confidentiality stuff, and we need to lean into each other for support in a way that isn't public. And I think we decided we can't do both. So we're going to choose, and we chose to pivot away from this and into, like Lee, well, you both said it, the friendships and the connections that we have. And I think that's pretty beautiful, because I think all of us, there was a thread pulling at us, like, no, we started this thing, we want to keep going, we want to finish it, and it's like, but what are we finishing? Like, it's not going away. Those episodes live forever.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you never know, right? You never know if we come back and do a thing. You never know what will develop. It feels like at this time, this feels right and it feels aligned. It's not set in stone. It's not like a rule that can't, some random rule and that's that. It's just, this feels organic and honest. I love that. And Michelle, you're talking about trusting the relationship enough. And I think it's trusting. There is a risk for me in saying what is and what's upsetting and right, naming it, knowing that it might cause discomfort to people, like to these two people who I care about and don't want to disturb and don't want to upset, right? Or, all those fears come back when it's me. Like, don't want to burden people, don't want to take up too much space. All of that will come up. And it's a beautiful lesson in resilience and trusting yourself, right? It's trusting the friendship and it's trusting yourself, that you're speaking from the heart. You're speaking from a place of truth, not ego, not pretense. And so life is a whole lot tastier that way.
And I think over time even when we're speaking from a wound, we're speaking from the heart. But I think we've also learned that the three of us can speak from a wound, actively claim that, and then know that like space will be held and that will be taken into consideration. Because I think sometimes to have those courageous conversations, we can't get to our resource self. The wound is too loud. And the fact to have a friendship where you can lean in that way, and friendships where you can lean in that way, is pretty powerful.
And what's interesting is the three of us have taken turns, sometimes coincided, but taken turns being in that place, right? That activated place, whatever is happening for us. And we've come forth and we've processed it together. And there's a respect and space held for whatever it is. I love that. Again, and that's how it started, right? We're like three different people, three different perspectives, like very, geographically different, our backgrounds different, all of that. And then we came together. Well, it's a yes.
Made me think, I wonder if we managed to coin a new term, harmful politeness.
Oh, that's everywhere, right? Isn't that like Minnesota nice? And
Oh
there
yeah,
was
Minnesota nice is passive aggressive. There's no nice about it.
there's Minnesota nice. There's like the southern version of it.
Mhm.
There's a Seattle version I've learned about. It's everywhere, right? Different regions have different names for, like, just put on a smile and a thumbs up and you're gonna be okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's a completion.
Mm. Yeah.
It's a completion, right?
No,
It's
we
not
got one more episode after this, but it's gonna be a compilation of all of our best moments. I tell you, I've been going through every day. I'm watching about, I don't know, an hour and a half worth of our old material, just pulling nuggets out, and some of the stuff that I've been watching is butt fucking inspiration. I'll tell you, and some of it's hilarious too. I'm just some of the
yeah.
innuendos, and it's kind of like the one I shared with y'all the other day about the ding dongs.
The way so when you shared that clip, I watched it. I was in public and I watched it twice.
Mm-hmm.
And I was laughing so hard. Everybody at the cafe was staring at me. I watched it 2 times in a row and I was tearing up watching it just because I was watching the three of us. First of all, I thought it was still funny. It does not, like, hearing you say ding dong and then hearing you say it just does not stop being funny. Seeing Michelle's face, because Michelle was tracking me. You kept like keeping a straight face, but Michelle was tracking me all the way through. And once I saw her picking up like that I'm about to burst, that like got me. It was just it was very funny. Yeah. We've had those ding dong moments, right?
Yeah. We've had quite a few of them. That's good times.
Absolutely.
Well, and I just hope that like all these conversations that we've been having, right? Some are heavier, some are lighter, and some moments, right? Not even necessarily all in the same podcast. We can have all of those things. I just hope that it being out there, that the people who it could possibly support or help in any way, that they find it on the day that they need it most. It's like I don't believe we spent this time together on the mic for nothing. I believe it's out there as a great resource for whoever. And I think that was why we started it in the first place, was we just want to not be helpful in a like a helpful kind of way, but just in a like a, we can't be the only ones who have these tough times. We can't be the only ones who struggle with these things. And we happen to have some skills that have helped us in our own unique and different ways. So to just like be an example of there's a lot of different ways to process and show up in the world when you're really, when it's hard. And I don't know, I just hope that they help or don't, I guess. I'm not attached to it, but I just think, I don't know. For me, finding things like this has been helpful, and they always land at the time where I need it the most, right? I either meet a person on the street and we have a conversation that brightens my day and gets me out of a pretty horrible funk, or I find a YouTube video that lightens my day or gives me a skill or a resource or just some comfort knowing that I'm not alone. And that changes everything. I don't know.
Oh, yes.
I think these conversations are beautiful, and I'm so grateful that we get to continue to have them off the mic and lean into each other in a way that probably to me feels more supportive for the three of us right now. But I also hope that what we've done so far is out there, or I'm grateful that it's out there, I guess. And grateful that it's out there and that I can revisit it on my days,
Yeah.
Same. I'll be rewatching. I know that, from speaking for me, and I hope that this is true and that's the intent for whoever finds our content whenever they find it. Sometimes you hear a message and maybe you've heard it somewhere and you've been introduced to a topic, but maybe the way that it's said, in that particular combination, in using those specific words, is exactly the delivery mechanism that you needed that day in that way, using those words with these people, even though it may have been something that you theoretically know, right? You knew it in your mind. You knew it kind of, but now it's landed and it's processed. It's now in you, and it's hit a nerve. It's addressed something that needed to be addressed, right? It's like a topical cream versus an injection, right? And anything in between.
Yeah. Timing is such a key piece too. I know I just recently read Eckhart Tolle's book, A New Earth, and I wouldn't have been able to receive it 5 years ago. I wouldn't have really, really, truly understood what he was talking about. But because I read it when I read it, it's been one of the greatest reads that I've had ever. But it would not have been so, 5-10 years ago.
Right.
So,
right. It's when you need it, as you need it.
Yep, absolutely. So what's next for y'all?
In general?
Yeah, what you got coming up?
I mean, I have my aligned and integrated virtual summit that I'm ridiculously excited about. You're part of that.
Yep.
And after this yoga festival that I just went to, I taught, but I was also a student. I love events where I can be a teacher, a student, and a peer all at the same event. And that's what the yoga festival was. But it's also like for me, what aligned and integrated is. I mean, these are fellow teachers, they're fellow students. Some of them are my students, some of them are my teachers, some of them are my peers. I say it that way, but they're really all my students, teachers, and peers. We're all of those things for each other, I believe. I don't know. I'm really excited about that. I hope I can create a sanctuary like this woman created on the farm. I was so impressed with how she organized it, who she brought into the room. The participants were phenomenal. I mean, it was just it was a powerful weekend because often in those spaces, I don't always feel safe. That might be a weird thing to say from me, but like, there's something that's off often where I'm like, gotta go. I can't, and I also honored that I couldn't be there for the whole weekend. I have a lot of moving parts happening right now. I'm moving my studio. That can be public now. I spoke to my landlord and, yeah, there's just a lot of moving parts and I got to honor my capacity. And I was able to, and I felt no guilt. I felt no shame. I felt welcomed and loved. And it was beautiful. I don't know. That was me, but that was me when I'm messy. But yeah, I'm excited about all these things. There's some of them are ridiculously challenging, and off the mic stuff might be super helpful in the recent future, near future, right? But I'm excited about all of it, and I'm not pretending that it's easy. It's super not easy for me. It's really hard right now, really hard.
So to quote myself, it's whenever the sheets are messy that you know you did it right.
Yeah, fair. Can't bundle it up. Well, I could. I used to. Yeah. And also, when it gets really challenging for me, I used to feel so alone when life was really hard. Like, I just didn't feel like I wasn't good at asking for help, so that's on me, right? But like, I feel so supported and grateful right now in this that I don't know. Like, I don't even have, there aren't words. I just like my heart swells when I think about like how fucking hard this is, but then also how much love and support and even like reassurance and validation I'm getting, which is like, I know that's like the thing that we strive to move away from. But sometimes in those hardest moments, it's like, oh, that just took a chip off of my shoulder or a weight off of my heart. And I didn't know I needed that, but like I did, and I get to be human, and that's okay. I don't know. It's cool. It's really freaking cool.
You're saying you're aligned and integrated?
Yeah. Yes. And I really just I hope, I don't know what kind of magic is going to happen, but I just hope that people really receive the bits and pieces of it that they need. I'm not delusional. I don't think the entire event, every piece of the event isn't going to be for every person that shows up. But I'm hoping that there's those magical gems that they go, aha, holy shit, I didn't know I needed this. I didn't know I was supposed to connect with this human, but here they are. And this is going to take us somewhere good. And that's it. It's about those connections and the tools and the resources that can just support us on our journey and things that you just never would find on your own. I just think, I don't know, bringing communities together of people who have communities that are doing the work, kind-hearted, not nice, but kind, compassionate, and willing to do those courageous things, have these challenging conversations when they're needed, and putting some fear, maybe allowing it in the room, but being with it and doing it anyway, that kind of stuff. I just think building our lights and figuring out who we are and how we heal is what changes the world. I will say that over and over and over again. It ripples out. I've seen it ripple out so many different ways. It's that compassion is felt beyond you. I love that. But it doesn't matter if I love it. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter for anyone else. But for me, that matters. What about you guys? Where are you at? Because I could talk about aligned and integrated and healing and all that stuff all flipping day. Moving on.
What you got going on, Alina?
There's a concurrent, as you know, there's a kind of an internal, it's a messy time. It's a messy time, and it's a time of growing pains on a personal level that always on the other side has up-leveled me. And, in up-leveled in terms of living more honestly, living more powerfully, living more and more as me. So self-actualizing and every day living more and more. If it's not every day, the progress isn't seen every day, but incrementally, right? Moving in the direction that feels right and aligned and honest and powerful. So definitely resonating with what you, Lee, have been talking about, what the three of us have been talking about, the power of not doing it alone, the power of bearing witness, just bearing witness. We're not even talking about all the other ways that we walk through challenges with people and with ourselves. Just bearing witness is unbelievably powerful. And what a relief when we don't have to not just go it alone, but go it alone in private, in a dark corner, hidden, and how incredibly powerful that can be. So concurrent to the work that I am doing, so that I continue to not be a hypocrite and practice what I preach and do all the uncomfortable see what needs to be seen and be with it, take action. I am leaning in on the launch of my live show on LinkedIn, the Highline Sessions, where I interview folks from different walks of life. We talk about leadership. We talk about some hard-won lessons, some kind of behind the scenes of what it has taken and what it continues to take. We'll see where that journey goes. I'm really excited about it. And hopefully it helps folks. I've gotten some feedback, some listeners, that it's resonated, it's helped connect people, it's helped introduce folks who have needed to meet each other, and didn't know that they exist. So that's a beautiful thing. I am excited for a cool relationship that I'm building. We are finalizing the paperwork, so I can't name the organization, but it's an emerging leaders organization, and doing more work with them. So I'm going to be keynoting a summit in Phoenix, and that's coming up in a little over a month. I'm really excited about that. And I'll be doing some deeper work with the folks who are there. So what's awesome is, yes, we'll get to talk and we'll get to really connect. There's a difference between connecting from the stage, which is really can be very powerful, and then going in and actually working with the people and spending some time processing and getting real and getting into the juicy bits and being brave and taking risks and being very real with each other. So I'm excited to do more of that. And that's those are the two things that are next, but it's really expanding impact. It's doing my own work while doing the work with others and empowering them, and then widening the impact.
I don't trust a coach who isn't also being coached.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if you're a coach and you don't have a coach, you're a hypocrite.
You're a total hypocrite. I love that you said that. Yes, I am assembling a NASCAR, and I've shared this with you guys privately, but I'll say it here. I'm assembling a NASCAR pit crew of folks to support me and help me. And that is a combination of friends, trusted friends who just care for me and are there looking at you too. It includes, keep looking. It includes coaches, right? It includes therapists. It includes various modalities of getting to the truth and holding space.
Good stuff.
And so, that pit crew is really important, not doing it alone.
Be careful using that NASCAR name. They're going to come back with a lawsuit here shortly.
NASCAR pit crew.
Ooh-wee. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm stoked to hear that. I feel like we're all kind of in the same place of slowly but surely assembling our teams, assembling our communities. How many times have we mentioned on our podcast how important it is to have community? And I think one of the things that really drove it home for me hard recently, I was reading the credits from an acknowledgement section from a book by Brandon Sanderson, fantasy series, Stormlight Archives. Brandon Sanderson's a huge deal right now in the fantasy world. And his acknowledgement list was so long. It blew my mind how many people were involved in helping make this book become a reality. And then I was watching a show, I forget what the name of the show is, but it's, Alan Tudyk is the star. Con Man, maybe? I don't remember exactly. But anyway, every episode, the rolling credits at the end says special thanks to, and it's a list of names in alphabetical order, and it scrolls on for forever. And all these names are in fine print. They scroll through forever and ever. It had to have been thousands of names that these people are thanking for helping create what they've managed to create. And I've tried to lone wolf it for so fucking long and tried to be the guy that was the superhero for so long because I wanted to be the starring member. But you can't be a starring member without the rest of the cast, without the production company, without the editors and the color people and the camera people, and you just keep going on down the damn list, right? The grips, the stage hands, all of this is all necessary.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, going back to what are we up to? You say you wanted to say, Alina?
I'm sure there's more.
Oh,
I know there's more.
Yeah. Well, you just brought something to my mind that has been top of mind for a little bit. and coming to that realization. And like if we want to do something great, if we want to do something that means something, it requires people, because no matter what, we are strong at something and we are weak at something else. And that's just the nature of things. And if we're trying to increase or fix our weaknesses, we spend a whole lot of time and effort in places that may or may not get us anywhere. And if you instead take on the people that are good at what they do so that it allows you to be good at what you do, together we go forward better. So, all right, I'm actually going to go into what I'm going up to, been up to. Coaching, obviously, and I'm realizing more and more often that I belong in the men's world, especially talking to men anywhere from 20 to 50, men that have sacrificed themselves for trying to provide a paycheck, and they hate their life. They forgot who they are. They're finding distance in their relationships. They're not present for their kids. They're not present for their spouse. They got massive distance in between them. And so it's like, that's where I belong. I'm realizing that more and more often, and still doing facilitation. Like, I'm stoked to be a piece of your Alina Integrated there, Michelle. This is going to be fun. We'll be talking about motivation and discipline, but not the crack a whip style discipline. It's more like discipline. How do we have discipline and move from have to want to? That's what I'll be covering. Other than that, I've been leaning heavily into music lately. Like, I've rediscovered a piece of myself that I managed to leave behind. I know before we had kids, before Tanya and I had kids, I wanted very bad to be a touring musician. I wanted very bad to have a band, go across the nation, and just put on shows. And when we had kids, I set it all aside. I got to be a responsible adult, so I went and got a job. But I still had my band for a little while. And then once I lost the band and once I quit practicing music, I forgot who I was. And I don't feel like that I've been me fully until I recently rediscovered music, and have been writing and recording. And I feel like I'm a better human being when I do so. I really, truly feel like I'm a better human being whenever I'm writing and practicing and playing and singing. And y'all can look forward to me putting more and more music out there for sure. And hopefully I can start to get some gigs here shortly where I start playing live. And the coolest part about it is, thanks to all the personal development that I've done, I no longer feel the need to have that be what pays the bills. I don't feel like that needs to be the thing that creates my livelihood. I'm doing it just because I want to. And I'll figure out another way to make my livelihood unless it takes off. But I am really enjoying myself doing the music. Tanya and I both together have been writing stuff. And oh man, I was listening to a song this morning after dropping the kids off at school that Tanya and I wrote and recorded, that I share with you two, that the Broken Surrender. And I got goosebumps. I had it was just this wave of goosebumps from my head to my toes. So that's how you know you got it right. So that's where I'm at. I love the personal development, and I feel like I'm at the point to where I've been doing personal development so long I need to take a break. Because that was a major realization that I had earlier this year, was I've been doing personal development because I felt like I'm not enough. That I need to become more. I need to become a superhero. And it was like, oh, wait. No, I am. I am perfectly okay as I am. I don't have to change myself. Sure, there's always little improvements that we can make, but I don't have to change myself. In fact, what I need to do is stop trying to be something that I'm not. Right. And lean into what I am. So, right. And what I am is a motherfucking rock star. Shit. Oh, So yeah, we're having fun. It's good. Life fucking good right now, for sure.
I want to
Not
turn
without its
around.
challenges, but it's good. What was that, Alina?
Sorry, I said what a turnaround. Just what a journey. I just bearing witness to your journey, right? And what you just shared. That we've talked about, the three of us, privately as friends, right? The hardships and the realizations. Something that you hit on that's very prominent in a lot of the episodes that we've recorded in our podcast is the importance of play,
Mm-hmm.
the importance of keeping, like, remembering what brings you joy, remembering what returns you to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because the stress and the pressure, all of the everyday can easily just take you off course, take you into that place of I have to. If I don't, there'll be consequences.
Yeah.
I have to, and get you to a place of like, wait a minute, I have choices. Like, where's my proverbial playground?
Mm-hmm.
Let me go there.
Yeah, well, the playground doesn't have to be fun
Yeah.
either. Because I just recently, I'll be releasing the song probably this week. I did a cover of "Ain't No Sunshine," and there's a solo in it, a guitar solo that it's a cover of a cover. So Zach Wilde and Black Label Society covered "Ain't No Sunshine." I'm covering the cover. And Zach Wilde is one of the greatest guitarists of our age. He's unbelievable. And I spent time learning that solo and trying to record it. And I have had more than 100 takes of trying to make this solo become what I wanted it, what I knew it needed to be. And there was points in there where I was so frustrated, I wanted to throw the guitar through the wall. And that's a whole lot like golf. Golf is that way for me too. I haven't golfed since I was probably 15, but it's like you get so frustrated and it's like, but whenever you finally get it, that elation that happens after going through the frustration and mastering whatever it was that you're going for, that elation, whenever you finally get it, whenever I finally got it, I finally got it yesterday. I was literally jumping out of my chair. I was so excited, like, oh, got it. Whoa. So sometimes that fun isn't as fun as you. It's not like a child going around giggling all the time. Sometimes there's some frustration in there, but
right,
no,
it's purposeful, right? It's you connecting to yourself, right? It's you made me think about how Jack Nicholson recorded one of the well-known scenes in The Shining, the movie The Shining, over 100 times until he felt like he got it right. Very much like what you just talked about. Like, I need to get it right. And then when you get to the other side of that, what a feeling. How'd you feel on the other side of that?
No, it's like I said, I literally, whenever I played it back, I was bouncing in my chair like a freaking 10-year-old. It was great. So I just got to get the vocal parts down. It's actually, it's stretching my capacity vocal wise too. So yeah, it's fucking great.
It's great to see you excited like that.
And just so you know, Bill Withers was a shit.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. All right, then.
One of his songs played at my wedding.
Oh yeah? Which one?
And it's gonna be a lovely day.
A lovely day. That one?
Lovely day.
I didn't hold it as long as he does. I didn't want to bore y'all. I was hoping one of y'all would come in. Lovely day, lovely day. But damn. All right, then. I feel like it's a good place to wrap her up.
Is this a peace out? You know where to find us. Reach out anytime kind of moment.
That's right.
Love you. Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to That's a Great Point with Alina Doran, Michelle Albers, and Lee Smart. To find out more about how we can serve you, check out our links in the show description. Thanks for playing along.